Now, one thing you might be asking yourself if you're going to be buying a new PC or building your own PC is which version of Windows 11 should you go with? Windows 11 Home or Pro? Now, I am going to say most gamers are probably going to be just fine going with Windows 11 Home. It's cheaper, it doesn't have as much stuff in it, and you really just probably aren't going to need all of the features of Windows 11 Pro. With that being said, if your computer doubles as a workstation like mine does, you might want to consider Windows 11 Pro. These are just some of the differences. There's a lot of differences, a lot of really small differences between Windows 11 Home and Pro. But some of them, for example, are BitLocker. You have BitLocker on Windows 11 Pro. You don't have that on Windows 11 Home. That might actually be a good thing if you're just using your machine for gaming, because there's going to be less overhead with your operating system, both with CPU and disk activity. You don't have Hyper-V support with Windows 11 Home. And with Windows 11 Pro, you have support for up to 2 terabytes of RAM, which is way more than any gamer is ever going to have. 2 terabytes of RAM is really just like server grade computer. Now, there are some websites that will offer Windows 11 Home and Pro keys for the same price, like if you buy your keys on Groupon or something, which if you want to do is, totally up to you, and you're definitely doing so at your own risk. But for me and building computers for customers, I like to get them officially from Microsoft just so that there's no problems that are ran into, just so that there's no, even though it's a really small risk, just so that there's no remote risk of the keys being blacklisted or anything like that. Also, if you're building your own PC, you might want to consider getting system builder keys, which is something that they sell on Amazon. It's also known as an OEM key. There are some caveats to it, like once you buy an OEM license and tie it to a computer, it can only ever be used on that specific computer. And Microsoft won't give you any support. Since you're the system builder, you're supposed to give the computer support. But the keys are cheaper. My advice, though, would be even if you can get Windows 11 Home and Pro for the same price, if you're not using your computer as a workstation, stick with Windows 11 Home, because it's not going to have as much stuff on it, and you're not going to be forced to use BitLocker, which is going to use more CPU overhead, and it's going to use more of your drive bandwidth. So that's about it. Just a really quick video. Just want to talk about, some of the biggest differences between Windows 11 Home and Pro. There's obviously more, but those are, I think, the biggest things to consider. And I think for most gamers, you just want to go with Windows 11 Home.